Are you fit to teach English? Are you fit to teach English? Maybe I'm
Maybe
fit to teach.
to
Maybe I'm
teach
fit to
uh,
teach
to teach
beginner level
a
English.
beginner level English.
Very good. What do we mean if we say someone's fit for nothing? What do we mean when we say someone's fit for nothing? If we say
If we say
someone's fit for
someone
nothing,
fit for
we
nothing,
mean that
we mean
they are
that
not good
they
enough
are not good enough
to do anything.
to do anything.
Very good. What's the best way to keep fit? What's the best way to keep fit? The best way
The best
to
way
keep fit
to keep
is
fit
to do
is to do physical
physical
exercise
exercise, or 2 or 3 times a
two
week.
or three times a week.
Very good. Okay. What does the idiom to feel down mean? What does the idiom to feel down mean? The idiom
The
to
idiom
feel down
to
means
feel down
to
means
feel
to
unhappy.
feel unhappy.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. I was feeling very
I was
down
feeling
that
very down
morning,
at
but I've
at morning
that morning,
at that morning,
but I felt
but I
much
felt
better
much
when
better
her letter
when
arrived.
her letter arrived.
Very good. Okay. How would you be able to identify yourself in the street if you were stopped by the police? How would you be able to identify yourself in the street if you were stopped by the police? I'd be able
I be
to
able
identify
to
myself
identify
in
myself
the street
in the
if I
street
were stopped
if I
by
were
the
stopped
police
by the police
by showing them
by showing
my
them
identity
my
card, identity card,
I, identity card, or
passport,
passport,
etc.
etc.
Very good. Okay, so do you think it's possible for foreigners to learn English so well that people would think they were English? Do you think it's possible for foreigners to learn English so well that people would think they were English? Yes, I think
Yes,
it's possible
I think it's possible
for foreigners
for
to
foreigners
learn English
to
so
learn
well
English as
that
well
people
as people
would
the
think,
people think
would think
would think
that they were English.
that they were
But
English,
it happens
but it
very
happens
rarely.
very
It
rarely.
often
It
depends
often depends
on whether their
on
own
whether
language
their own
is
language
similar to
is
English.
similar to learn English.
Very good. What do you do in the evening when it's so cold that it'd be unpleasant to go out? What do you do in the evening when it's so cold that it'd be unpleasant to go out? In the evening,
In the
when
evening,
it's so cold
when it is so
that
cold
it'd be
that it
unpleasant
would be a present
to go out,
to go out,
I
I I do stay at home
very good. And what would you do? I stay at home and drink
and
alcohol, right?
watching the TV,
Watch TV. Watch TV.
watch TV.
Very good. Do I gather up my things from the table at the end of the lesson? Do I gather up my things from the table at the end of the lesson? Yes, you gather
Yes,
up your
you
things
gather up your things
from the table
from the
at
table
the end of the
at
lesson.
the end of the lesson.
At what time of the year do farmers gather the fruit in their part of the world? At what time of year do farmers gather the fruit in their part of the world? Farmers gather the fruit
Farmers gather the
in
fruits in autumn
in my part of the world
in my part of the Lord
of the world.
of the world.
Very good. When a man has been murdered, how do the police gather information about the murder? When a man has been murdered, how do the police gather information about the murder? When a man has been
When a man
murdered,
has been
the
murdered,
police gather
the police
information
gather
by
information
looking for
by
clues, looking for clues
uh, looking for clues,
and talking to people
and talking to people
who knew the man.
who knew the man.
Very good. On what occasions do all the members of the family gather together? On what occasions do all the members of the family gather together? All the members
All the
of
members
a family
of a
gather
family
together
gather
on
together
occasions
on
such as
occasions
weddings,
such as weddings,
birthday parties,
birthday parties,
etc.
etc.
Very good. About how much does your book weigh? About how much does your book weigh? My book weighs
My book
about
weighs about
500
uh,
grams.
uh,
Let's say 200 grams.
two
200
200
grams.
grams, two
Very
hundred
good.
grams.
What does it mean you can't have your cake and eat it? What does it mean you can't have your cake and eat it? The meaning of
The
You
meaning
can't
of
have your
you
cake
can't have your cake
and eat it
and eat
is
it.
that
If
sometimes
that
you
sometimes
have to choose
you have to
between
choose
having one thing
between having one thing
or another thing
or another thing,
because
because you should have
you cannot have
you cannot have
everything you want.
everything you want.
Very good. Okay, are you the kind of person who puts home comforts before everything else? Are you the kind of person who puts home comforts before everything else? Yes or no?
Yes,
I'm the kind of person
I'm the kind of
who
person
puts home
who put
comforts
home comfort
before everything else.
before anything else
Why? Why? Because I can't live
because I can't live
without my comforts.
without my comfort.
Very good. What do you do when you want to relax? What do you do when you want to relax? When I want to
When I
relax,
want to relax,
I
I'd go to the beach.
go to the beach. Very good.
Go to the
Okay.
beach.
If you could be in the audience at any concert, who would you like to see? If you could be in the audience at any concert, who would you like to see? If I could be
If I
in the
could be
audience
in
at
the
any
audience
concert,
at any
I'd like
concert,
to see
I like to see Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. Very good. Okay. What's the most common way to move liquid or gas from one place to another? What's the most common way to move liquid or gas from one place to another? The most common
The
way
most common
to
way
move liquid
to move
or
liquid
gas from
or
one
gas
place to
from
another
one place another
is through a pipe.
is through a pipe.
Ragged, can you see any pipes in your room? Can you see any pipes in your room? Yes or no?
No,
I can't
I
see
can't
any
see any
pipes in my
pipes
room.
in my room.
Do you know anyone who smokes a pipe? Do you know anyone who smokes a pipe? Yes or no?
No,
I don't know anyone
I don't know
who
any pipe
smokes a pipe.
who smokes a pipe.
Very good. What's the use of a chimney? What's the use of a chimney? The use of a
The use
chimney
of a
is to
chimney
carry the
is
smoke
to carry the smoke
from a fire
from a fire
out of a building
out of the
and
building
into the air.
into the air.
Very good. Give me a sentence showing the two meanings of the word cry. Give me a sentences showing the two meanings of the word cry, please. The film was
The
so
film
sad
was so sad
that the girl cried
that the girls
the
cried
whole time.
the whole time.
Be careful
Be
how you
careful
cross the road.
if you cross the road.
The child's mother
The
cried.
child mother cried.
Very good. Okay. What's the difference between the present perfect and the past simple? What's the difference between the present perfect and the past simple? The difference
The
between
difference
the
between
present
the
perfect
present
and the
perfect
past
and
simple
past
is
simple
that we
is that
use the
we
present
use a
perfect
present
when
perfect
we are thinking
when we are
about
thinking
time
about time
before and up to
before
now,
and up to now,
whereas we use
whereas we
the
use
past
the
simple
past simple
when we are
when
thinking
we are thinking
about a
about
specific
specific
pastime.
past time.
Like, give me an example. Give me an example, please. I have been here
I have been
for
here
20 minutes.
for 20
I
minutes.
arrived here
I have arrived here
20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago.
Very good. Why do we say I ate eggs for breakfast today and not I have eaten eggs for breakfast today? Why do we say I ate eggs for breakfast today and not I have eaten eggs for breakfast today? We say I
We
ate
say,
eggs.
I ate breakfast.
I ate
I, I,
eggs
I ate eggs
for breakfast today
for breakfast today.
and not I have
And
eaten
not,
eggs
I have to
for breakfast
eat.
today.
I have eaten eggs
Eggs for breakfast today
for breakfast today
because we
because
are thinking
we
about
are thinking about
what happened
what
at
happened
a specific
at a
pastime,
specific pastime,
breakfast time. We
breakfast
are not
time.
thinking
We are not thinking
about now.
about now.
Very good. Which of these two sentences is correct? John got up quite late today or John has got up quite late today? Which of these two sentences is correct? John got up quite late today or John has got up quite late today? Of those two
Of
sentences,
those two sentences,
John got up
John got up
quite late today
quite late today
is correct.
is correct
Why? Why? Because we are
because
thinking
we are thinking
about what happened
about what
at
happened
a specific
at a
pastime.
specific
The
pastime.
time when John
The
got up.
time
The
John got up
time when
at,
John,
uh, at the
the
time
time,
when John got up.
very good. Did you have a big breakfast today? Did you have a big breakfast today? Yes or no?
Oh no,
I didn't have
I didn't
a
have
big breakfast today.
a big breakfast today.
Wicked, what time did you come here today? What time did you come here today? I came here
I
at
came here at 8:30 a.m. today.
today. Very good. Okay, what does the idiom to let someone down mean? What does the idiom to let someone down mean? The idiom
The
let
idiom
someone down
let
means
someone down mean
fail someone
feel
who
someone
is depending on
who is
us.
depending on us.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. Everyone was
Everyone
depending on
was
him,
depending on him,
but he let them
but
down.
he left them. But he let down.
But he let them down
Uh, but he let them down
by not keeping
by
his
not
promise.
keeping his promise.
Very good. Okay, give me some examples of adverbs of frequency. Give me some examples of adverbs of frequency, please. Some examples
Some
of
example
adverbs of
of adverbs
frequency
frequency
are never,
never,
rarely,
rarely,
occasionally,
occasionally,
sometimes,
sometimes,
often, usually,
often,
and
usually,
always.
and always.
Very good. Where do these adverbs normally go? Where do these adverbs normally go? These adverbs
These adverbs
normally go
normally go
after the first auxiliary
after
verb.
the first auxiliary verb.
Very good. Give me an example. Give me an example, please. We had never seen
We had never
that
seen
film before
that film before.
it was shown on
It was
television.
shown on television.
Very good. Put the word usually in this sentence, please. He can answer his questions. Put the word usually in this sentence, please. She can answer his questions. He can usually. She
He
can
can
usually
usually
answer his questions.
answer this question.
Very good. Put the word always in this sentence. We spend the Christmas holiday with our family. Put the word always in this sentence, please. We spend the Christmas holiday with our family. We always
We
spend
always spend
the Christmas
the
holidays
Christmas
with
holiday
our family.
with our family.
Very good. Put the word often in this sentence. They don't go swimming. Put the word often in this sentence, please. They don't go swimming. They don't often go
They don't
swimming.
often go swimming.
Very good. Okay, next, put the word also in this sentence. You must study in class and you must practice your English outside the lesson. Put the word also in this sentence, please. You must study in class and you must practice your English outside the lesson. You must study in
You,
class.
you
You
must
must
study
study in class
in class,
and you must
and
also
you must also
practice your English
practice your
outside the
English
lesson.
outside the lesson.
Very good. Put the word even in this sentence, please. I can't boil an egg. Put the word even in this sentence, please. I can't boil an egg. I can't even
I
boil
can't even boil
an egg.
an egg.
Very good. How can oil be transported from one part of the country to another? How can oil be transported from one part of the country to another? Oil can be
Oil
transported,
can be
transported
can be transported
from one part of the
from
country
part of the
to
country
another
to the another
on lorries
on
or
lorries
through
or
very big
through a
pipes.
big pipe,
Through very
through very
big pipes.
big pipes.
Wait, is oil used a lot in cooking in your country? Is oil used a lot in cooking in your country? Yes or no?
Oh, no,
Oil isn't used
oil isn't used
a lot
a
in
lot
cooking in my
in
country.
cooking in my country.
Very good. What is the verb and the noun for the adjective hot? What is the verb and the noun for the adjective hot? The verb and the
The verb
noun
and the noun
for the adjective hot
for the adjectives hot
is heat.
is heat.
Very good. Do you prefer the heat of the summer rather than the cold of the winter? Do you prefer the heat of the summer rather than the cold of the winter? Yes or no?
No,
I don't prefer
I don't
the
prefer
heat of the
the
summer
heat of a summer
rather than
rather
the
than
cold of the
the
winter.
cold of winter
Of the winter.
of the winter.
Why not? Why not? Because
Because I can't stand heat.
that's correct. Very hot, right? Okay. How is your room heated? How is your room heated? My room is
My
heated
room
by
is heated
radiators,
by
central heating,
central
electric fires.
electric fires.
One more. This room is
This
heated
room is
by
heated
electric
by
fires.
electric fires.
Very good. In your country, which is cheaper, central heating or electric fires? In your country, which is cheaper, central heating or electric fires? In my country,
In my country,
which is cheaper, electric
uh,
fire or central, is
electrical
cheaper
fire
than
is cheaper than
central heating.
central heating.
Very good. When you lack sufficient money to buy something, do you wait and save the money or do you buy it on credit? When you lack sufficient money to buy something, do you wait and save the money or do you buy it on credit? When I lack
When I
sufficient
lack
money
sufficient
to
money
buy something,
to buy something,
I
I do
wait or buy it on credit. I wait and save the
I
money
wait, I save the money,
and not buy it on
and
credit.
not to buy on credit,
Very good. Okay, next. Why? Why?
because I don't like credit card.
Very good. You like cash. Okay. Next, what do you think your town is lacking in more than anything else? What do you think your town is lacking in more than anything else? I think my town
I think my town
is lacking in
is lacking big mall
more than anything else.
more than anything else.
Very good. Is there a serious lack of food in some countries in the world? Is there a serious lack of food in some countries in the world? Yes. There's a
Yes,
serious lack
there are
of food
serious lack food
in some countries
in
in the
some
world.
countries in the world.
Very good. Who's your neighbor in this classroom? Who's your neighbor in this classroom? My neighbor in this
My
classroom
neighbor in this
is
classroom
nobody.
is nobody.
Very good. Why do you think it is that some people just don't get on well with their next door neighbors? Why do you think it is that some people just don't get on well with their next door neighbors?
Hmm.
I think the reason
I think the reason
that some people
that some people
just don't get on
just
well
don't get on well
with our next door
with
neighbor
our next door neighbor
is that we can
is
choose
that we can choose
our friends
our
but
friends
cannot choose
uh,
but
cannot
cannot
choose
choose one
but
more
cannot choose
our neighbors.
our neighbors.
One more. I think the reason
I think the reason
that some people
that some people
just don't get on
just
well
don't get on
with
just don't get on well
their next
with
door
their
neighbors
next door neighbors
is that we can
is that
choose
we
our
can choose
friends but
our friends
cannot
but
choose
cannot choose
our neighbors.
our neighbors.
Very good. Do you ever go to a neighboring town to do some shopping? Do you ever go to a neighboring town to do some shopping? Yes or no?
Yes,
I sometimes go
I sometimes
to a
go
neighboring
to
town
a neighbor
to
town
do some shopping.
to do some shoppings
Why? Why? Because
because
they have
we have a
with
big mall.
they have big shopping mall.
Yeah,
Okay. Very good. Which do you think is the most pleasant neighborhood in your town? Which do you think is the most pleasant neighborhood in your town? I think
I
my
think
neighborhood
my neighborhood
is the most
is
pleasant
the most
neighborhood
the present neighbor
in my town.
in my town.
Very good. Are there quite a few shops in the neighborhood of this school? Are there quite a few shops in the neighborhood of this school? Yes or no?
No,
There
they
isn't.
aren't.
I'm sorry, that's correct.
Isn't.
Yeah, no,
They are.
there aren't
They aren't.
many shops
Many
in the
shops
neighborhood
in
of
the
this school.
neighborhood of this school.
Very good. What's the name of the holy book for Christians? What's the name of the holy book for Christians? The name
The
of the
name
holy
of
book
holy books
for
in
Christians
for
is the
Christians
Bible.
is the Bible.
Very good. Why do soldiers march? Why do soldiers march? Soldiers
The
march
soldiers
because
march
marching
because
helps
marching
maintain order
helps maintain order,
and also
and
because
also
it
because
faster
it's the past
and less tiring.
and less
Tiring.
tiring.
One more. Because it's faster
Because it's past
and less tiring.
because it's
Faster
faster
and less tiring.
and less tiring.
Very good. Which do you think was the bloodiest battle in history? Which do you think was the bloodiest battle in history? I think
I
the
think
battle of
the battle
Stalingrad
of standing guard
was the bloodiest battle. Was the
was the
bloodiest battle
bloodiest battle
in history.
in history.
Very good. Who do you think is the most wicked person alive today? Who do you think is the most wicked person alive today? I think
I think
Mr. X
oh, Mr.
is
X
the most wicked
is the
person
most wicked person
alive today.
arrived today.
Very good. Do you think parents should teach their children about the importance of being honest? Do you think parents should teach their children about the importance of being honest? Yes. I
Yes,
think parents
I think
should
parents
teach their children
should
should
teach
teach their children
their children
about the
about
importance
the importance
of being
of
honest.
to being honest.
Very good. Of being honest. Okay, next. What do you do with clothes that you don't wear anymore? What do you do with clothes that you don't wear anymore? I give away
I
clothes
give away clothes
that I don't wear
that I don't
anymore.
wear anymore.
Very good. Okay. Are dogs very faithful to their owners? Are dogs very faithful to their owners? Yes,
Yes,
dogs are very
dogs are
faithful to
very
their owners.
faithful. They are honest.
Very good. Is it easier to grow food on a plane than on a mountain? Is it easier to grow food on a plane than on a mountain? Yes, it's
Yes,
easier
it's
to grow
easier
food
to
on a
grow food
plane
on a
than
plane
on a mountain.
than on mountain.
Why? Why? Because the
Because
earth
they are
on a plane
on a plane.
is usually deeper,
It's usually a cheaper,
deeper,
deeper
and richer.
and richer.
Where it was food 1,000 years ago generally plainer than it is now. Was food 1,000 years ago generally plainer than it is now? Yes. Food
Yes,
a thousand
food
years
a
ago
thousand years
was
ago
generally plainer
was generally plainer
than it is now.
than it is now.
Do you have more of a taste for plain clothes than for colorful clothes? Do you have more of a taste for plain clothes than for colorful clothes? Yes, I have
Yes,
more of
I
a
have
taste.
of
I
a
have
taste.
more
I more
of a taste
of a taste
for
for
plain
plainer
clothes
plain clothes
than colorful
than
clothes.
colorful clothes.
Very good. What kind of work does a plain clothes policeman do? What kind of work does a plain clothes policeman do? A plain clothes
A plain
policeman
clothes, the policeman.
does detective work.
That's detective
The
work.
kind of work
The kind
a
of
policeman,
the
the kind
kind
of
of
work
work kind of
a
work
policeman
a
in
policeman
uniform
in
could not
uniform
do
could not do
because he would be
because he would be
too noticeable.
too noticeable.
Very good.